Welcome back to Saints Together Conversations in Leadership and Christian Higher Education. My name is Jay McCurry, and I serve as the Provost and Chief Academic Officer at Randall University in Moore, Oklahoma. Today, we're talking about calling, career, and kingdom work, and how Christian higher education helps students connect vocation and faithfulness in every field. Because here's what I'm seeing: students don't just want a paycheck, they want a life that makes sense. They want work that matters. They want to know, does God care about what I do Monday through Friday? And the answer is yes, He does. Let's deal with the world that our graduates are stepping into. Pew Research found that 50% of U.S. workers say they are extremely or very satisfied with their overall job. That means half are not at that level. And when Pew looked at what people are satisfied with, pay and advancement were near the bottom. Only 30% were highly satisfied with their pay, and only 26% were highly satisfied with opportunities for promotion. Pew also asked how Americans view their jobs. 50% call it a career, 15% call it a stepping stone, and 35% say it's just a job to get them by. And Gallup has been pressing this point hard. Purpose changes everything. In late 2025, Gallup reported that employees with a strong sense of purpose had 50% engagement, compared to 31% for the workforce overall. So if students graduate without a framework for meaning, then they'll be tempted to build their lives on titles, income, or approval. And none of those can carry the weight of a soul. Christian higher education has a responsibility here. We don't just prepare students for a job, we help them prepare for a faithful life. So here's the simple framework that I want our students and our campus leaders to keep returning to. The first word is calling. Who has God made me to be? The second word is career. What skills can I develop to serve well and provide? And the third word is kingdom work. How does my work bless people and honor Jesus Christ? Calling without career can become wishful thinking. Career without calling can become hollow. Kingdom work without both can burn people out. But when those three come together, students stop asking, what's the easiest path? And they start asking, what's the faithful path? So let me ground this in real world of Randall University. I want to list off some of the majors that we offer at Randall at the undergraduate level. We offer biology, business administration, business management, sports management, Christian ministry, pastoral ministry, theology with youth and family ministry. We offer exercise science, history, intercultural studies, multidisciplinary studies, psychology, teacher education, and the list goes on. Here's the point. At Randall, we don't treat majors like separate lanes where faith belongs in one lane and everything else belongs in another. We're forming students who can say, I'm going into this field and I'm going in as a disciple of Jesus Christ. So let's talk about leadership, because this is where Christian higher ed has to be intentional. Number one, we teach a theology of work. Students need to hear this clearly. God is not only interested in church work, God is interested in faithful work. Business can be worship when it's honest. Teaching can be worship when it dignifies students. Exercise science can be worship when it restores health and serves people. Psychology and biblical counseling can be worship when it treats the hurting with truth and compassion. Biology can be worship when it studies creation with humility and wonder. Number two, we translate calling into faithfulness. Calling is not only a lightning bolt. A lot of the time, calling is revealed through obedience, practice, and service. So we teach students to ask, what problems do I want to solve? What needs do I notice that others walk right past? What kind of work fits my gifts and strengthens my character. And number 3, we connect skills to service. This is where workforce fulfillment matters. The data says purpose drives engagement, so we train students not to just be employable, but to be useful, to serve real people in real places. And finally, number 4, we tell the truth about success. Success is not just, I got the job. Success is, I'm growing in competence. I'm living with integrity. I'm serving others. I'm staying rooted in Christ. I'm becoming more like Jesus as I work. If we don't disciple students into that definition of success, the world will disciple them into a different one. Let me speak to leaders in Christian higher education for a moment. If 35% of workers say their job is just a job, then Christian higher education has a unique opportunity to mentor students into meaning before they ever hit mid-career crisis. And here are 3 simple moves that you can build into your campus culture. Number 1, normalize calling conversations. And you can do this in your advising, in your chapel services, and in your classrooms. Number 2, help students connect the dots between what they're studying and who they are becoming. And number 3, celebrate faithfulness, and not just as an achievement. When our graduates leave campus, I want them to carry more than a degree. I want them to carry an identity. I want them to say, I belong to Christ and my work belongs to Him too. To our students listening, don't only ask what job pays the most, ask what work will allow me to serve well and to stay faithful. Because a high salary can't replace peace and a big title can't substitute for purpose. God can call you into ministry. He can also call you into business, education, healthcare, counseling, research, and the arts, everywhere that He might lead us. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. If this episode helped you, share it with the students choosing a major or a leader mentoring one. Until next week, be the leader that you would follow.